What's up, beautiful people? Welcome to Creating Consciousness. I am your host, Jesse Singh. We're going to be exploring different creative avenues, everything from comedy, poetry, music, therapy, and all of the above. We're going to be looking at different comedy and mental health aspects and tools that we can use in our day-to-day life and how creativity and imagination can help us work through everyday struggles and challenges. The intro has been different every episode thus far, but that's okay. We're gonna get there, bro. It's okay, bro.
Soon come,
bro. Welcome to episode 2. We were actually having this conversation earlier.
Yes.
And I was very curious to hear your thoughts on it because I know it seemed like you had some differing opinions about this.
Well, bring up the topic and
bring up the topic. Yeah. So the topic that I was gonna touch on today was this idea of feelings, and like there's this like there's always been this idea of having to trust your feelings, trust your emotions, but I'm here to argue that it's not so much about trusting your feelings. What my take on it is, you need to learn to trust yourself and have your feelings basically be a reflection of the trust you've built first. I think the danger with trusting our feelings or emotions first and foremost is usually my hesitancy on that would be, where did those feelings arise from?
Yes.
Where did your view of what you think is good, what you think is bad, what you think is right for you actually stemmed from? Yeah. Because in the last episode we were talking about trauma, how that affects things and things of that nature. And essentially like the way our beliefs are shaped, where our view of the world is shaped is from childhood, but also the energy that we give to our belief system comes from the feelings we coincide with our thoughts. Yeah. So it's like you have a thought, then you have feelings that attach to those thoughts, then those feelings to that thought create your belief. Okay. Right? And then the belief becomes your shape of the world. Okay. But somewhere in between, if the feeling you had about a certain thought or thoughts that arose and certain emotions that you had to certain situations can alter your belief of the world. Does that make sense, or is that convoluted?
It's a little bit convoluted to take in all at once. Pause, but but I understand what you're saying. Yeah. Right. So, and if you don't understand and you're listening to this, what's sick about a podcast is you can always go back and watch it again. So I encourage you to do that. Yeah.
And I'll try to explain this shit as much as I can. As an example, like when people say, "Oh, just trust your emotions," right? Trust how you feel. Yeah. There's been a lot of experience, and this is something I learned for myself. I'm not just saying this just based off of like talking shit or just reading it in a book. Like my whole idea of relationships changed after I actually went through my first heartbreak, right? Or my first breakup. Yeah. And I don't mean like I was suddenly demon mode and I'm like, you know what I mean? I'm like, fuck these bitches. Right? Like that obviously can happen.
That can happen.
And it does happen.
Yes.
But I mean, the opposite of that is, my whole idea of relationships in the beginning was taught from what I saw between, my mom and dad, which was the first relationship you see. Yep. And then the idea that you're taught this notion that relationships are supposed to mean sacrifice, right? But at a young age, to me, sacrifice meant just sacrificing of yourself, right? Yeah. And that becomes detrimental for your own identity. I thought I knew who I was. Yeah. But I think I slowly realized my identity changed based off of who I was around, who I was with. Yep. It was like very chameleon-like. Yes. And 100%. Then I started diving deeper into like codependency, what that entails, what that looks like. And a lot of that shit fit my mold of what I thought relationships were supposed to be. But I wouldn't have known that until like, I got cheated on and all that shit. Yeah, what I mean?
I feel that. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, bro. The spiders and white bitches are my biggest fears. No, I'm just kidding. It's my biggest fears.
That's your biggest fears.
But yeah, bro, it wasn't until that happened that I was able to like unpack all of that.
Because up until that happens, you have no reason to unpack it.
Exactly.
You know, you don't know it's a problem until you're 100%. Like, oh, okay.
But yeah,
you see it now.
But again, like the reason why I was avoiding red flags was because of like I was trusting my feeling.
But you knew that they were red flags, right?
After the fact.
So in hindsight,
no, sorry. Okay, that's a good question. I think
because I'm sure there are things where you saw it and you're like, uh-oh.
You choose to ignore it,
and then you're like, whatever.
Yes,
but that initial,
is there.
Yes,
yeah. But I think there's a difference between a feeling and a gut instinct. I don't think they're the same thing.
Okay.
Yeah, I think feeling is like things that were taught to like it. I think those are conditioned.
Okay.
Socially, right?
Yeah.
Like things that feel good and feel bad, or things that we choose to be morally good, morally bad. I think those can be conditioned from society.
Okay. Yes.
Whereas a gut instinct is separate from that. I think when you instinctually know something's wrong, you know it's wrong. But I think what happens when you go through traumatic experiences is that your feelings take over to the point where they're much stronger than that voice.
Okay.
Right? And your emotions become the thing that guides you or that you become a slave to.
Yes.
Right? Whereas like...
You're reactionary.
Yeah, exactly. You're reactionary.
Yeah.
Whereas like it's to me, a healthy way to address emotions or feelings that come up is that they're supposed to act as signals.
Yes.
Rather than you becoming a victim to what feels good, what feels bad.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because at the moment, like you're right. Like there were red flags. Yeah. Instinctually, I was like, this doesn't seem right.
It's not supposed to be like this.
Yeah, exactly. It's not supposed to be like this. But then another part of me was like, oh, but it feels good having someone. It feels good being in company of someone. Yeah. So it's like that feeling is always stronger.
Okay. So I think maybe we might agree on the point because I was initially conflating feelings with the gut instinct.
Got you.
Right? Because I do believe that the gut instinct is right.
Yeah.
90% of the time.
I will agree with that.
Right?
Yeah.
And it's our second thought or a second feeling that steers us away
100%.
from that.
100%.
Right? And in the first episode we were talking about like meditation and stuff like that, right? And I think it's important to be able to get to a point where you're actually able to listen to those gut instincts.
Yes.
Right? Because I don't know where I learned this fact or how I know it, but growing up I learned this fact that there's a portion of your body where information is stored, but it's disconnected from the part of your brain that can articulate it.
100%.
Right?
Yeah.
So your body knows these things, but it cannot articulate it.
Yeah.
And the only way it knows how to articulate it is through a gut feeling.
Yeah.
So it's still trying to tell you something. It just doesn't have the words or the language that your thinking brain does.
Yeah.
So I learned this from a young age. Like, so I always thought like, okay, like my body is trying to tell me something.
Yeah.
It just doesn't have a mouth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's like hold up like a sign card or whatever, which to me is the gut instinct.
Do you feel like there is is signals that you're able to pick up on now where you realize that's happening?
Well, like a gut instinct?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm super aware of it because I'm listening for it.
So then what, but okay, yeah, that's great. But I kind of want to explore that a bit because like my question to that would be, then how do you know the difference? Because I think for me, what took practice, and I still sometimes get blindsided, is that if I'm feeling anxious about something or nervous about something, it sometimes becomes easy to like tie that into that gut instinct. Like sometimes it's hard to differentiate. I'm like, is this a gut instinct? Is this my like instinctually is my body trying to tell me this is bad for me? Or am I just anxious?
For me, the way I'm able to differentiate it is that I find the gut instincts are a lot faster.
Yeah.
Right? So
I agree with that.
it's boom, right? And you can choose to hold on to it or not, but it's like it's literally there. Like you might see something and even it comes from the body, but I describe it as it comes from outside of my body inwards.
Yeah.
Right? But it's really inside the body out.
Yeah, yeah.
But so usually gut instincts for me are like really fast. Like you'll see somebody do something and you'd be like, whoa, keep an eye on that person. Yeah. And it's like literally right there in the moment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Whereas like an anxiety thing, it's like a build up, you know, and then you get to like, where you're you're going. But that's how I differentiate it for myself. Other people could be different. But I do think that, like I said, because I believe that the gut instinct is right a lot of the time, it's the thinking mind that's wrong most of the time. That's why I believe we need to go more off feelings.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But it's hard to figure out which feelings are the gut instincts, and because you can work yourself up in your mind.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
You know, by thinking.
Yeah.
But the gut instinct is like without even thinking.
Okay, yeah.
It's subconscious.
That's what I was gonna say, is that it's almost like a knowing,
exactly,
rather than a feeling. It's not. Yeah. It's not like it's an emotion where it's like you said you feel anxiety or you feel even happiness. It's not like you feel happy.
Yeah.
When you're doing like this thing versus like the gut instinct is more like you just feel a sense of like peace.
Yeah.
Right? It's not so much that like you feel happy. It's like you just know that this is the right thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That you're supposed to be here.
Your body knows, but your mind doesn't.
Your mind doesn't.
Which is why you never go with the gut instinct.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I can go back to so many instances where my gut instinct told me something and I'm like, let me just see it play out. Yeah. And I know my gut instinct is gonna be right, but for memes, I'm like, let's see. For the bit. And then it's like, for instance, you know, like, oh, well, there's a snake there. Your instinct is to step back.
Yeah.
But for some reason, I'm like, yo, let me see if the snake's gonna bite me.
Yeah.
And then it bites me. I'm like, oh, I knew it was gonna do that.
Yeah, you want to prove to yourself.
Yeah,
bro.
But why? I already had the gut instinct to step back.
But, bro, so that's the crazy thing.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I don't know if you've seen this. Like, you've definitely probably come across people like this. And I know I've been guilty of this in the past as well. Mm-hmm. It becomes very easy to be addicted to those negative feelings without knowing it.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I've seen people become addicted to this idea of feeling immobilized or feeling victimized by a situation because it's easier to not take responsibility, or it's easier to not have to take action.
Yes.
Right? And I think that's the part that I'm talking about.
Yeah,
it's like,
yes.
Don't become a slave to your emotions.
Yeah.
You know, the same way, and positive ones too.
Yep.
Right? Because that was my problem, right? Anytime someone's in a toxic relationship or in a relationship that's not bad for them, that isn't the best for them. The reason why that cycle continues to repeat itself is because the highs feel good.
Yeah.
You know it's bad.
Yes.
You know it's not serving either of you, but it feels good when it's good.
Yeah.
And when it feels...
The thing...
what do you do? Just shake this?
Yeah, I think there's a timer, so I'll probably have to set it up. But sorry, keep going.
Yeah, it's all right.
It feels good, like in the moment.
It feels good, yeah. It feels good in the moment when shit's good.
Yeah.
And when shit's bad, it's terrible.
Yeah.
But when shit's bad, it's easier to, like, just tell yourself how bad shit is rather than doing something about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like that's the point that I think I also learned for myself is that, like, sometimes feelings are just feelings.
Yeah. And you can let feelings go.
Yeah.
You literally can.
Yeah.
You know? You ever seen that show, Avatar: The Last Airbender?
Yeah.
There's a scene where he talks about let the feelings wash down the river and just let it flow through you.
100%.
That's something that I've also kept in my mind. Like, if I have like a spike of like anger, and I say it's a spike because it goes up and then I let it go back down. Yeah. But it's like, okay, this pissed me off. Just let it pass. Yeah. I don't need to sit in that in that mode, you know. Also, it gets exhausting. Yeah. I'm too lazy to be angry.
Yeah, bro. But it's crazy that you say that, because that's literally a CBT technique too. Cognitive behavioral therapy. The whole idea of it is challenging your thoughts. So the idea is that like if you have a thought, they'll ask you to see where that thought comes from, the feelings associated with it, and then see, is it based in reality? Is it based in anxiety? And what are some feelings or thoughts that you can come up with that will challenge that? But then an exercise they have when feelings are overwhelming is leaves on a stream. So it's literally that. They tell you to picture your feelings or your thoughts as if there were leaves on a stream going down the river.
And you can just watch it pass.
Watch it pass.
Yeah.
And mind you, like I say this shit, and I think that there are instances in life where you're presented with situations where you have to now let go of feelings that you've harbored that you didn't know. But there are only... Like, I don't think... you said this earlier, which I really liked, which is like... Sometimes your mind harbors feelings that you didn't even know were there until the situation presents itself. You know what I mean? Like being married now, right? Like I love my wife. I know she loves me. But being that close to someone in an intimate relationship, it's like inevitable that they're also going to see the positive sides of you, and they're going to know and see the shit that triggers you. Right? And they're going to be your biggest trigger.
Because now... Because they know.
Right? They know. And they're also now this other person that literally has seen you at your worst, your best, the most vulnerable side of you. And like, I get it. Your parents are there. Your caregivers have seen that as well. But when it's now you're building a life together, it's different, bro. It is different. It's like a different feeling, right? And even in that, it's like if you choose to now just completely stick to those feelings of like, shit's bad right now, it's not going to work. And I've been guilty of this, right? Where you feel angry about it. It's like you're also not giving yourself an opportunity to now see something bigger. You know? And it gives space to that other person. Right? Because as much as you want to feel... vindicated in like being like, no, I feel shit and this person caused me to feel like this person was the cause of my feelings, then you're never gonna get out of that, but you're also not going to allow a space where that person can now see it for themselves.
Or even you're not even giving them a chance to mend the issue at 100%. That point too.
Bro. You know, you're so
ramped. You're so on guard, you know? Like, like someone could like do something that makes you upset, but it's also on you that's keeping yourself upset.
100%.
You know? So if you can at least like bring yourself down and like chill, and then, you know, your partner can come back and then say like, oh, I'm sorry I did that, You're giving them, like you said, the space to come in and help fix the problem. But if you just want to be mad all the time, you're not helping yourself, and you're not letting the other person help you either.
You're not being a mirror to the other person either, you know? Because, and mind you, I say these things not to downplay, like, again, what we talked about in the first episode, where someone's been through an immense amount of trauma. They're going to be harboring certain things, like, as they go through life. Right? And those things are going to take a toll on them. And generational trauma is obviously a real thing, bro. Like having to take on shit from your parents and family members. But it's more so about recognizing where those feelings are coming from. So you don't continue the cycle. You know, like this is a small example, but I thought it was crazy because there's a book called "It Didn't Start With You." I don't remember who the author is. But if you search it up, I'm pretty sure you'll find it. And the whole idea is talking about that, how generational trauma can be passed down. But like a small example they gave in a book was this lady who had like a deep phobia of water, like swimming. Not like she didn't bathe, but you know what I mean? Like you know, she's a fucking stank. But it was like swimming. She had a deep fear of like drowning in water. But it had never happened. There was no like
she never had an experience
ever. Then she later found out, like, you know, through talking to like her therapist and like unpacking her family lineage, her like great grandfather or something had drowned.
Really?
Like trying to escape from somewhere, some war torn country. Crazy. He was in the ocean. He drowned and he died. And for some reason, that same emotional fear of this drowning thing was like captivated in her mind.
Interesting.
But like it was specifically drowning.
You
know? And like it's stuff like that I think is crazy, right?
Yeah.
So it's like sometimes your emotions come up to guide you somewhere to, I think, teach you something. But to your point, it's like that it once it's there, it's there for you to experience and let go, not hold on to.
Don't hold on to it. It hurts, it's like holding something. What are those little red hot nickel balls? You ever seen them? And they like drop it on things and it just burns through whatever. Yeah, holding on to like those kind of emotions, like holding on to that, like sure you can hold it, but you're hurting yourself.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, you're cooking your own shit.
You gotta let go. You gotta chill, go for a walk, take some breaths.
Yeah, bro. I mean, I think for me, what also helped is that, like, and sometimes it feels like you are going crazy. Like, if I'm holding on to something that I'm deeply angry about.
Yeah.
And I don't recommend doing this for everyone because sometimes, like, it's better to just talk it out with someone or, like, have someone to, like, be a soundboard.
Yeah.
But for myself, it's like one of those things where I legit just need to feel it.
Yeah.
Like you just need to let yourself like have all the thoughts come up, all the emotions and shit like that. And to your point, what you said before, you almost exhaust yourself.
Yeah.
To the point where you're like, yo, I don't even need to be angry anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like when you're all cried out. Yeah. Like when you're young and you have that cry and your like lips are numb. You're like just so exhausted you can't even cry anymore. You let it all out.
You like cut up fruit.
Yeah, you're like and you're just done. You're like, you have no more cry left.
It's done. Bro.
You went through all the emotions.
Yeah.
And you feel nice. You take a nice nap after you're chilling.
Yeah, bro. But I think what I struggled with before was like I couldn't tell the difference between like when I was allowing the feelings to just work itself through versus when I was ruminating on it.
Say that again. You didn't know when you were allowing yourself to work through it versus ruminating.
Yeah, because like sometimes it felt like, am I just replaying the same shit to make myself angry?
Yeah.
Versus like, am I actually allowing the feeling to just pass through? And I think and at least this is what I've found for myself. I think the difference between the two that I've noticed is that when I'm ruminating on something, the conversations are quite different. The conversations revolve around very much like I should be angry. This person did this to me. Like there's a very much of a ego attachment to it. And that causes me to continue in that cycle.
Yeah.
Whereas like if I'm allowing the feeling to pass through, I just see the emotions like coming up. I just see like the anger coming up of like, oh, this is why I'm feeling angry. This is what happened. Like,
Yeah.
Versus like the other side of it is like I'm almost adding fuel.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you're stoking the flames.
Yeah, bro. Because I think that's what I struggled with. And I feel like a lot of men struggle with that.
Yeah, for sure.
Because like it's either you push the shit down, you choose to ignore it.
Yeah.
Or on the other side, it's like you just keep replaying this justification.
Yeah. You're running the thing in your head, and you're like, no, I was right. I was this. But like you said, it's more of like the ego.
Yeah.
Rather than you actually trying to solve it.
Yeah.
I think there's something to inflating the ego versus actually trying to solve the problem.
100%.
Like you said, being able to see the emotions coming.
Yeah.
Like you're saying, when you're allowing it to pass, like you said, you can see the emotions coming.
Yeah.
But when you're ruminating, like you said, it's like I this, I that, and you're just kind of making yourself angrier.
Yeah, bro. You're just replaying the tape.
People can get addicted to that, like you're saying. So how do people work through that at that point then?
I think and this is the hardest part because I think there needs to be a conscious decision on anyone.
Yes.
To want to say like I don't want to feel stuck in this anymore, right?
Okay.
Because otherwise you won't see it as a problem, right? Otherwise the narrative is always going to be, well, everyone else is doing this to me. Everyone else is making me feel this way. But like for me, I think the decision became from a point where it's like I just don't want to feel this way anymore.
Yeah.
Right? Like once I consciously said that to myself, it was like, okay, then what can we do about it?
Yeah.
Right. And then some of the things is like I talked about, which is like just allowing yourself to process the feelings through and through. Right. Another one, which is a huge thing, which is like why I wanted to start the podcast as well, is just having a creative outlet.
Yeah.
Because like giving yourself and your mind something to do and tangible to work through your emotions is like the reason why it's so beneficial is because like it's not something that's symbolic anymore, right? It's real. There's like a tangible thing you just did.
Oh, yes.
You know what I mean? Like your anger just came out on a canvas.
Yes.
Or your anger just came out in words.
Yeah.
Like you were able to put it through into this physical form.
You're able to release it as well.
Exactly. You're able to actually release it. Right? So it's not just mental images now.
Yeah.
So I think that's why like having some kind of creative outlet, like the workshop that I do, when we talk about anger, that's the exercise that I do, which is like try to paint or put down on a canvas what you think a visual representation of anger is. Right? And the reason is because now you're thinking in pictures. You're thinking in like actual imagery. And that's not like you just making up stuff in your head or like trying to ruminate on a thought.
Does having someone convert it into like some sort of art form, does that help them kind of see it from like an elevated perspective? Like, oh, this is how I'm feeling, but what would that look like on the paper? Yeah. So now you have to take a step back outside of the actual emotion of anger and be like, okay, well, when I think of anger, I see red, I see hot, I see, you know, something. Is there like something to that where?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's more like you're looking at it from a non-judgmental, objective stance. Because I think the other, and I noticed this for myself too, when I was like trying to observe my feelings and thoughts and shit when they came up a bit more, was that the thing that keeps you stuck in the cycle is that you also now aren't just angry at the person or the situation, you become angry at yourself that you're not able to let go of the anger. Right? It like becomes this cycle.
Yeah.
So now it's like if you just see it as a form of energy.
Yeah.
Right? And you're releasing this energy, whether it be on paint, whether it be on writing something, or going on stage and talking about it, or making a song. It's like you're now just letting go of energy, right? You're expending energy. It's not just that I'm expending this anger. Yeah. It's like what you said. I'm able to take a step back and look at it objectively. Yeah. Rather than making this a personal thing. Yeah. Okay. Right? Yeah. Yeah, bro. I think like that's why I think like we talked about this a little bit in the first episode too, when there's this whole notion of just thinking positively or like feeling positively. Yeah. The reason why I think that's dangerous is because you're still fixating on feelings, right? You're not fixating on this idea of letting go of a feeling or letting go of the thoughts, because that same technique of having to think positively or feel positive or whatever the case is, you're still using the same mechanism that would be happening if you feel negative or if you feel angry. You're just still fixating on that. Yeah. Right?
Of like trying to feel happy all the time.
Because it's not wrong to feel angry. Yeah. Right? It's not wrong to feel sad. It's just accepting that they are feeling. Yeah. Right? Where you want to be is in a place of what you said, being able to stay in a place where you can also trust your gut instinct. Yeah. Right? That's what I think self-awareness is. That's what I think self-trust is. Like, I know myself well enough to know.
I'm going to have to switch that to never sleep. What is that?
I don't know. It's some...
Yeah, cancel that. That's so funny.
See, like... Hold on. Bro, this is a great example. This pissed me the fuck off just now. You know what I mean? And I was annoyed. Yeah. Because I'm like, yo, now people are going to see it looks unprofessional. But it's also like, now I'm thinking about like, they're like, who cares, bro? Yeah. You know what I mean?
It's part of the pod.
Yeah, it's part of the pod. And also, I think it just adds to the moment. Yeah. You know? Yeah. But again, it's like those thoughts and feelings are coming up. None of it is true. Yeah. It's just the internal dialogue.
Yeah, you're like, this computer's out to get me.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, 100%. I'm a piece of shit, bro.
This computer is intentionally griefing my podcast right now.
I shouldn't have done this anyways. I suck. But yeah, man, like I think I think that's where like I kind of had to learn that. Like objectively. Like it's not just about chasing a feeling. It's about what feels.
No, because here's something that keeps kind of coming back into my mind, because you said the first step is like becoming aware of it almost.
Yeah.
But if you're asleep, like how do you wake yourself up?
I don't think you can.
Something has to wake you up.
Yeah. Like again, I don't know. This is just my point of view.
Thank God something woke me up. You know what I mean? Because like
woke me up,
something has to wake you up. I guess.
Like you ever hear that saying where it's like, life will keep showing you the lesson until you learn it. Yeah. It's like that. That's how I see it. It's just that something is going to happen where you become realized into that direction, and maybe it never happens, right? Because there's many people where it never clicks. Yeah. But I think if you pay attention and you let go of the judgment of like, you know, and I'm not talking about when someone takes advantage of you or if there's like abuse involved when you're a child, right? Because you're a child, you're innocent, you don't know.
You don't know. Yeah.
But as you grow older, this is my favorite quote that I heard, where it's like, it may not have been your fault, but it does become your responsibility. Because the way you pass down trauma is if like you've experienced the same thing, but you also choose not to learn from it or grow from it, right? Yeah. And I know it's easier said than done, and I'm not trying to downplay any experiences people have been through, but at some point, it's also like you now don't want to become the perpetrator of the same crimes that were, you know, formed against you.
But what about the people that do want to become the perpetrator? The people like want to become the villain. No, okay, that's like the ultimate level. Yeah. But like, you know, they say like hurt people hurt people
100%.
Right? And sometimes the kid that gets hurt at home wants to go hurt the kids at school. Yeah. Right? So it's like you don't want to, but some people end up actually do want to start
100%
causing that pain to other people.
100%.
And then once again, something has to wake those people up too.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, the only thing I can say is that like you can only ever be responsible for yourself.
For sure.
Right? I can't be responsible. Even my wife, right? As close as we are, I can't be responsible for like her journey, her life, the same way she can't be responsible for mine. Yep. And in those situations, like and if we're talking like spirituality, right? I think this is why I genuinely I'm drawn to spiritual texts and stuff, right? Not just the organized religious aspect. That's not what I'm drawn to, right? It's more so I think the messages across the board have very much been the same. Yep. And they also, in like Hinduism, for instance, like in the Gita, right? The way it's written, or like when just a quick summary, like Krishna is essentially God, right? He's another carnation of God, and he's leading the chariot with Arjuna, who's like one of the best archers in the world, right? And he has to go against what's seen as quote unquote the enemy, right? The evil side, the other opposing kingdom, but the people he's fighting are his family. There's uncles, cousins, relatives. Yeah. Like one of the uncles is actually one of the people that taught him how to be a warrior.
Interesting.
And he wants to give up fighting. Yeah. Like Arjuna says, I can't fight them. Like I can't do this. Yeah. And Krishna makes a point to say, one, I guess this might be a little bit too like I guess mystical for some people, but
throw it in.
Yeah. The first thing he says is that there is no other, right? He's like, first you're seeing them as like another being, but everyone in, you know, universally is connected, whether it's good, bad, evil, whatever the case is, right? Yeah. They are you are not separate from them. Yeah. And he said, two, they are also there for you to fulfill your duty. Your dharma, your nature is to be a warrior and to oppose evil. This is not family. Yeah. This is evil that you are trying to cleanse from the world. Yeah. Right?
And therefore yourself.
Therefore yourself. Yeah. So the way I take that ideology, or I take the lessons from that, is that in everyday life, even when people trigger you, piss you off, or do those things, all of them are there to be necessary to serve a lesson. Yeah. Right? Like Bro, I have like I remember back in like grade 9 or 10, I got jumped at like 6 a.m.
Damn.
Bro, which is a crazy time to get robbed.
Crazy time.
Crazy time.
Who's
bro.
even up at 6 a.m.?
And also in hindsight, it's like, fam, if you're waking up at 6 a.m., just get a job.
This is why you have the problem with like waking up early, because you still have that trauma. It's like, as long as I'm not up at 6 a.m., I can't get jumped.
That's so, I don't even take that, bro. Oh, fuck. I'm out at like 3:30 in the morning. It's like, yo, is the sun up?
But sorry, keep going. But they attacked you at 6.
They attacked you. But yeah, bro, I got robbed at like 6 a.m. But that's the other thing, bro. To your point, if you're up that early, just get a job, bro. Just go to work. Man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's fucking crazy.
Maybe they didn't go to sleep.
I don't know.
You know, they're just up all night looking for a lick.
Looking for a lick, and apparently it was me that day.
He just happened to be
bro.
up at 6 a.m.
Fam, got robbed.
We were like a bus stop or like what?
Bro, I was going to work.
Oh, you were going to work?
I was going to work.
Wait, but you said you were like grade 9. How do you have a job
grade 10?
Grade 10. How do you have a job at 6 a.m.?
So
on the weekend, I'm assuming.
Yeah, but
logistically, I'm thinking, don't you have school?
Also, it was summertime.
Oh, okay.
And my boys
forgot about that.
my boy's mom used to work at a factory, and I used to walk to their crib. They used to pick us up, and we used to drive to the factory.
Yeah.
But like, so I was going there like regular, whatever, meeting up with them, and then these mans brushed me.
Yeah.
The man snatched my chain and he took my phone, and he had first of all, first what happened was the guy brushed me and he was like, yo, so what is it? And I literally said, I'm like, fam, I'm literally just trying to go to work.
Yeah.
And I didn't see there was a guy behind me. He grabbed me at my backpack. He pulled me to the floor and I dropped, and the other guy got on top of me, pause. And then I'm getting robbed and it's still gay for some reason. He gets on top of me and the man pulls out a knife.
That's crazy.
And then I just let go of my hand.
He whipped his knife out?
Yeah. And I let go of my hand because my hand was on my pocket. He was trying to get my phone. I just let go. I let him take it. And I remember being like really mad.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? For like a couple weeks after that, I kept replaying it.
Yeah.
And like, I remember walking, and like anytime someone was behind me, I would get like paranoid and shit.
Yeah.
But I wasn't just angry at the situation. I was angry because I felt like, yo, I'm a pussy. Like I couldn't do anything. I couldn't stand up for myself.
Yeah.
And in hindsight, it's like, bro, the man literally had a knife on him.
Yeah.
So it's like, am I really gonna?
Well, yeah. What were you gonna do?
What am I really gonna do? Yeah, exactly.
You're gonna get yourself stabbed? No.
But what that situation did, in a positive light, which was like I tried to take care of my health a bit more.
Okay.
Right? I was like, yo, after that, you know what? Let me take some boxing lessons.
Yep.
Let me go into Muay Thai, right? Just because I think it's important to know how to defend yourself, and you just feel a bit more confident.
Yeah.
So it did like catapult me into that direction.
For sure.
Which I think was beneficial.
Well, that's the kind of the story with George St. Pierre. You know his story?
No.
George St. Pierre, one of the all-time greatest mixed martial arts fighters of all time. Canadian, by the way.
Yeah.
He was bullied. So what did he do when he was bullied? He went into karate. He learned how to stand up for himself.
Yeah.
And then just through that, going down that route, he became one of the best fighters of all time.
Which is crazy, but also, karate is arguably the worst fighting style for a street fight.
Hey, that's at his time, there wasn't MMA.
That's true. Yeah.
You know, we didn't know about Muay Thai and Jiu-Jitsu.
Yeah, that's fair,
not until 1993.
Yeah, and
at least
cooked everyone.
And he cooked everybody.
Yeah.
Literally the GOAT.
Yeah, he is the GOAT.
Cooked everybody. But it's kind of the same thing where it's like he was getting bullied. Oh, what do I do? How do I not be scared?
Yeah.
Karate. If I know I can deck a man with the 1-inch punch, what am I gonna be scared about?
Yeah, bro. That's sick, bro. No, that's lit. Yeah, bro. But like that's what it kind of catapulted into.
Yeah.
And yeah, I wanted to pivot too and get your thoughts on this because like you obviously got into stand up recently. How
relatively? Well, okay. I've always been into stand up.
But
when I start performing, the first time I went up on stage was 2021.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
that was just before COVID, right? When did COVID happen?
Right after the first year of COVID.
Oh shit!
And the reason I started was because this was my dream, and what if I never get to follow up on my dream?
Wow, bro.
Right, because all the stages were closed down and everything.
Yeah.
So I was like, I had all these years to do it, and I loafed it, and now I can't do it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, bro. It's crazy because now you don't have the option now.
Yeah. So like, and then I lost the opportunity to do something that was there the whole time, and I never did it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So then, when things started opening up, I just signed up for an amateur night in Hamilton.
Yeah.
And then I went up on stage. But then I took, because in Hamilton, the art scene's like kind of small, right? So everyone kind of knows everyone. So like after I did that open mic night.
Yeah.
What time is it?
8:50.
We got 9 minutes.
Yeah.
I'll just quickly finish. But they learned that I was doing stand-up. It's like, oh, yo, come open up for this rap show. So then for my second set ever, I do 5 minutes in front of a rap show, and it's with local rappers.
Oh, shit.
So it's like trauma there because I'm like, no one's there to even laugh. No one wants to see me do stand-up. Yeah. It's just rappers. Yeah. So then I took a long break, and then the real time where I say I actually started was 2023, and that's when we were doing chopped cheese. Yeah. With Zeus. That's where, like, because Zeus is like, okay, you want to do this? Well, here's opportunity. Yeah. I'm throwing you back in it. And then since then I've been, so like that's been like 3 years, 2-3 years almost. Yeah.
And you've been consistent, bro. So that's big up, fam. That's dope. Because the reason why I asked was like when you started, the era of like social media, Instagram had already taken off. And like, you know what I mean? It was I started about when I was my first set ever when I was when I was 18. So wow. About like 12 years. Okay. But like I took like a 2-year, you're finding your footing, trying to figure shit out. And then obviously the pandemic. Yeah. But I remember when I started, it wasn't quite there yet. Like Instagram had just started like around high school and shit. Okay. And like,
Wait, how old are you?
30.
You're 30.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Dang.
Why? How old are you think?
I'm 29.
Oh, same word.
Yeah, right? I didn't know we're that close in age.
Yeah. So you remember, bro? Like, like Instagram and shit had just kind of started popping off in high school, and there was no like marketing on it. It was just literally what it was made for.
Yes.
Which is just see your
just friends. Pictures and filters and exactly. Yeah, I remember.
Then, I think it was just around COVID or just post-COVID where that shit really started taking off. Yeah. People promoting shows, ads, like, reels, crowd work clips, all that stuff. Yes. And then I think now, it's... And I don't know, it's weird to see where the scale is right now because I know there was a point where it was becoming oversaturated with stand-up. Yeah. Now it's kind of pivoted into something else where it's like people want sketches and podcast shit or crowd work clips. And then it's not so much about your on-stage presence or on-stage comedy. It's more about like followers, right? Yes. However, at the same time, I do think there are loyalist fans that are kind of pivoting away from that. And they want like... stand-up comedy that they're used to. Yes. And there are anomalies. Shane Gillis, right, is a great example, who is someone who didn't really do the sketch shit and just got famous off of comedy alone.
Well, he was doing sketches.
But, I mean, like, the stand-up is what catapulted him, though.
Was it?
I would think so. You don't think it was his YouTube special and stuff?
His YouTube special was very popular. Yeah. But one of the reasons it was popular was because he got canceled from SNL.
Yeah. I remember that.
From his podcast. Yeah. So if we're going back down the rabbit hole, it's he was doing the podcast. Look, he's a great stand-up. I'm not saying he's not a good stand-up. But it was like the podcast canceled him being on SNL, which created this big story. Yes. And then when he drops his own special, boom. And then people are like, wow, this is really good. Yeah. Right? So his special did blow up, but it's like what really gave him that initial like boost was him getting canceled off SNL because of his podcast. Yeah. Podcasting stuff.
Okay, I'll agree with that, yeah. Yeah. But I guess like my question would be, I guess the age-old question, bro, do you think social media has been like a detriment to stand-up as an art form, or do you think it has aided it in a way? Because for me, personally, I think I was very much in the beginning like being like, nah, bro, fuck that. I'm not going to go on Instagram. I'm not going to be that guy. I don't want to be a caricature. But I think over time, you know what I mean? You also don't want to be that old guy. Shits on like what actually is happening, right? You just got to use the tools to your advantage. Yeah. And I think I'm trying to find a balance between that,
yeah,
right? And I think that's necessary because I think it is a great way to now be an independent artist.
Yep.
I think the difference though is that, you know, you still have to recognize who you are outside of the algorithm.
Yeah.
You know,
I think my take is it's a great tool, and for me personally, I think ultimately it is how funny you are on stage.
Yes.
Right? Like you can scam somebody to come out one time.
Yeah.
And then they come out to a show and like, this guy has garbanzo beans. But I'm thinking long game.
Hundo.
You know, I want people to come back once every 2 years, when I get new material. But like, I want repeat customers.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to get repeat customers if I'm bad.
Yeah.
Right? So I need to be good first and then build up the social media.
100%.
You know, but that's for me.
Yeah.
You know, because like I said, I grew up being a fan of stand-up. So it's like all the people that I was fans of, they weren't on social media.
Yeah.
They were just, how funny were they? Yeah. How did their jokes make you laugh? Did they make you want to go to school the next day and be like, yo, did you see this? You know, like that's kind of the era of stand-up that I was watching. Yeah. You know? So is it a detriment? Not really, because stand-up's always going to be what stand-up is. You know, and maybe we could tie this into like what we're talking about, like with the spirituality thing or like the self-help gurus. Because now it's like it brings all these people in through the capitalist side, but more people are in.
Yes.
Right? Yes. So now more people are going to watch stand-up than ever before.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of garbanzo beaners, you know what I mean? It's like people that are super popular, but they're not the best.
Yeah.
And I guess a lot more people are seeing not as good comedy.
I like that take on it because I think in any time there's like a rise in any kind of consciousness, creative art form, the pendulum's always going to shift.
Yeah. You know, like you ever see those like charts where it's like this and then it goes up and it goes back down? Most of the people are in the middle.
Yeah.
But if you're in the middle, that doesn't really mean you're good at stand-up.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just the most people are whatever, they're watching.
Yeah.
The real best people have like 4 fans.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the real, like, have you ever seen Brian Holtzman?
Yeah.
He kills me.
Yeah.
He's so funny.
Yeah.
But to the masses, everyone's going to be like, what is this?
Yeah, yeah.
This is not, he's just yelling.
Yeah, yeah.
He's making fun of these people. Like, but to me, I'm dying of laughter. Yeah. You know? So that's kind of how I see comedy. For me, I just want to get to a point where people are dying of laughter. Like, that's the goal.
100%. I think that's the goal for any comedian, bro.
I don't think so. A lot of comedians want to get famous.
Sorry. Yes. Okay. I should correct what I mean. I mean, like, anyone that is doing comedy for the sake of comedy.
Yes. Yeah.
That's their reason.
Yeah. Right? Yeah.
And I think I had to come to an acceptance of knowing that if that is the direction I choose, there also is a path that is different from that, right? There's a path if you want to get famous on Instagram, social media, you want like, you know, X amount of people at your shows. There's a path for that, right? And it might get you there, but I also think that there is I don't want to use the term sacrifice because I don't think people that have that mindset are sacrificing their art form. I think they just have a different idea of what their art form is. Yeah. But for me as a stand-up comedian or someone that like sees the genre in a certain light, I don't want to take that path just because I know what I have to do to the art form. So I think for myself, it was more so coming to grips with the fact that there's a place for each of these things. Yeah. And accepting if I choose this path, that also means that there's going to be a lot of different hurdles that I'm gonna, which might mean, like you said, might be 10 fans at a show. Yeah, it might take me way longer to sell out whatever. Yeah, right. But it's do I want to keep what I want to keep salvageable? Yeah, right. So,
definitely agree.
Yeah, bro. I mean, for the sake of time, I think we should wrap it up there. Thank you.
We got 1 minute left. That was a great pod, dude.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, that's been That's been episode 2 of Creating Consciousness. Today we covered the topic of feelings, emotions, trusting your gut instinct, and stand-up versus the social media realm and learning to navigate the two. We might pick that topic up later on. Who knows? Yep. But I've been your host, Jesse Singh. Thank you guys for tuning in. Peace and love, y'all.
Boom.